Okay, we are live, slightly behind schedule. Welcome everyone. Let's see. Now I'm planning to do a quick Q&A today. Might take questions during and after the games. Take some questions now. But the main idea of this was sort of to give you a teaser for what's coming up, and so that I have a platform where I can talk about it. Next week I'll likely be co-joined with another co-caster. This is not a Korean mechanics stream. I should put my Twitch chat somewhere in the scene. That's for next time. Anyway, next week I'll probably have a co-caster. This week I thought to let everyone off a bit, so I can take some of the Q&A myself, and I'm not really planning to do this as a very long stream, maybe a couple hours at most. We've got some games to cast and we'll see how it goes, we'll see how long they are. And basically that's it. If you have any questions about the event, let me know and I'll take them at any point. Hopefully I should be able to answer all of them. And that is the first news. The second news is there will be either 1 or 2 series, so either 2 or 4 matches casted right now from the CPL8 Royale, and that's how I decided to call the new tournament. The other big thing is you finally have your say and you can vote. Let me see if my streaming software will collaborate. And I can show you the voting. I'm taking questions about the CPL event right now, Skya, but I'm happy to answer your questions as well at some point. Let's see if I can do that. Can we all see this? No, that's too bad. I have definitely done this before. Worry not. Now we'll just share on my screen. Why not? Can you all see my browser now? Maybe? Don't mind all my tabs. I think you should see it. Okay, good. So the other big news is you can finally vote. So if you go to cpl.pw/cpl/polls and then the correct one, you can vote for what coaches do you want in the Coach Showmatch series. You can find that link if you just go to the news, scroll down, see that thing here, and click vote. This will take you right up to this webpage where you have all possible combinations of all these coaches who have been coaching in the season and have agreed to participate in the show match. I need to close a lot of the tabs, I know. So these are the coaches that have coached this season and have already agreed to participate in the show match series. So for example, if you want to see only matches for Ogzerk, you can click on Ogzerk, and then you see all the matches where Ogzerk is If you want to see all the matches of Ogzerk and all the matches of Raz, you can click that. And you'll see all the matches where Raz or Ogzerk are participating, and so on. And the final thing that you have to do is just select 3 of these options as you want, and then click submit. I'm not gonna submit now because I already have my vote submitted somewhere in here, and they are currently being sorted by what is the most popular vote. That thing in the brackets here is the number of votes that you can see. If you ever want to change your decision, you can just submit 3 new ones and your new vote will be taken. You can submit at most 3 choices, so if you only want to see, say, Raz versus Cryok, you can submit that. That will be taken, it's fine. You cannot submit more than 3 choices, so if you try to do that, nothing will happen, and in fact there should be thing. Just submit at most 3 choices and I'll fix that. Data did earlier provide me with some cool validation that is not yet live, apparently. I need to close some of the tabs, yep. JavaScript error. What is the JavaScript error? Oh yes, I see. Let me try and fix that. Let me try and fix that right away. That is already debugging. Everything works like a charm the moment you want to show it, right? That is the general rule. It's always the case. Let's see now. Okay, so if we go to that page right now, and we select more than 4 choices, more than 3 choices, you will get that validation that Data did earlier today. So you will only be allowed to submit up to 3 choices, and then if you try to submit more than that, you will get an error message. Clicking through the form, how does the filter thing work? So if you want to, see that thing at the top that says filter coaches. So if you want to filter all these results to only include one of the coaches, let's say machine, you click on machine, and then you will, that's something that I need to fix. You click on machine and then you will see all the matches where machine participates. It doesn't work on your side? Okay, you can probably show me what you mean by it doesn't work after the cast, and then I'll try and fix it. There will be matches to cast, yeah. I will not be casting the grand finals. Okay, Grust, I will follow that up with you. Oh yeah, it could be. So reload the page. I did deploy a fix literally a minute ago because the initial thing I had was broken. Okay, good. Data saves the world again. Right, so go ahead, everyone, vote for the matches that you want to see the most. And I think, as per my announcement, next week, somewhere around Thursday, or no, not next week, sorry. So you have this full week to vote, and then next week up until Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I will do another poll that you will be able to find on the same link. And that poll will be only with the top 10 matches that people have voted for. So that way you will be able to change your vote if you have voted for someone who is not the clear favorite. We will be able to select the top 2. So whatever the top 2 matches are, currently, let's see if people have voted. Okay, so now we have Woofix versus Jumper with 2 votes, so that's currently in the lead. And that will be one of the matches that we're casting. And then the second match with the most votes will be the second match that we're casting. I have not thought about tiebreakers, but we will see what we can do about tiebreakers, if there are any. I hope that many people will participate, so there will not be a tiebreaker, at least for the first 2. If not, we'll figure something out. Okay, so yeah, voting is one thing. I hope that everyone who said that they need a reminder for the voting thing can take this stream as a reminder. That footage will be available on YouTube later on, so you can see that in there. And now let's not look at all my browsers. Let's look at some games. And again, if you have any questions about the event, what show matches are being organized, what exactly is the tournament I'm casting right now, how long is that gonna run for, and whatever, just fire them in the chat and I will be explaining as we go along. And now let's get into some StarCraft. Maybe let me load the replay first. Okay. CPL. While I'm loading the replay, let's talk about what exactly is that tournament that I am organizing and casting right now. So I have invited the top 6 pupils in this league. So the event is purely invitational, and I have invited the top 6 pupils. They will currently participate in Swiss style tournament to determine the top 2 pupils out of them. So Swiss style tournament is a tournament where everybody plays everyone else, and we are seeing 2 games for each pairing. There is a process for choosing the maps, and we'll go over that as we get into the game. And then in the end of that round 1, basically, the top 2 pupils from the ranking list, they get 1 point for each win. The top 2 pupils will face against one another in a best of 5 series that will be on every single map from the season that we had. Now let's change to the in-game. You should be able to see the game screen right now. And we're going live. The process that we have for choosing the first map, so in this case it's Polypoid between Art of Turtle and Exit. And we have Art of Turtle spawning in the bottom right position and Exit in the top left. The process for choosing the first map is basically each one of these players has 2 bans, and let's say Art of Turtle got the first ban, so Art of Turtle banned one of the maps from the map pool this season, then Exit banned another one, then Art of Turtle banned one, and Exit banned the fourth one, and only one of the maps was left. And whatever was that map that everyone agrees to play on is their first map, and then the second map for that series is the loser's choice. So basically that is a long time for me saying that the first map is not always going to be Polypoid, and we will see different maps. Possibly for all of our contestants. I didn't know that Art of Turtle is trying to do the sub 100 APM challenge. Maybe Art of Turtle has been talking to Master A too much this season. Meanwhile, we see Exit going crazy with 800. Exit, for those that don't know, has qualified for, or not qualified, but Exit this season was in BSL, so if you are putting a lot of your eggs in Exit's basket, I get why. But Art of Turtle is no slouch, and Art of Turtle is here upon a special request. So initially, basically how we determine the top 6 pupils that got invited to the league, there is a special MMR system. So we've got 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas from Art of Turtle. And just very standard rocks into... Is that gonna be into expand? No. It's gonna be super safe build out of Exit. Basically, we're running our own MMR system, which, spoiler alert, for next season should be even better, and should be even more overfit to fit the needs of the league, and we will try to not give you the same matchups every week, because that was one of the pieces of feedback that we've had. Some people had PVZs or ZVZs all season long, and they kind of don't want that, and it's understandable. So we will try our best to find you a diverse set of matches, if it's at all possible, with the people that are close to your skill level. So some new exciting changes to be looking for the next season, and Art of Turtle here is skipping link speed, going directly for layer, and I assume this is going to be just your most standard 2-hatch Muta. Meanwhile, Exit had the SCV scouting. He sees only 2 links. Losing the SCV, that's a bit uncharacteristic. Sees only 2 links, so knows that he controlled the expansion pretty safely, and does that. But yeah, basically, as I was saying, something to look forward for next season is we will have a better MMR system, and we use that same MMR system to invite the top 6 players according to the current CPL MMR. One of them was Zoom, but he said that he is currently not available to play, and he is quite inactive. So we invited the second best Zerg from the Pupils, which happens to be Art of Turtle, and is exactly what Manadog also was rooting for. So I think these are going to be very good games. Art of Turtle is super solid, already going for that Spire, and he should have around 700 gas when the Spire finishes finally. And I suppose we're just gonna see some very standard Muta harass. Excuse me. Let me know how the sound is, if I need to up my game sound a bit, or myself, if you can hear too much of the game sound, if there's any echo, etc. That is the main reason why I'm doing this cast right now. Give you some games, answer some questions, and figure stuff out for the future casts, which are gonna be I'm hoping they will be more regular and we will have a schedule that you can follow. But that is some beautiful scan timing out of R2Turtle. He sees the spy ready and he sees all the eggs currently morphing, so he knows what to expect. Something that I don't know how meta it is not strictly an expert in TVZ, but R2Turtle is going for a super fast +1 air, which I think leads me to believe that he will commit quite heavily on these mutas early on. But at the same time, he's taking that base over here. Let's see if there will be any lurkers for the base, because there is no Hydroden yet. And the current meta is to make the Marine Medic both stay at home by basically harassing and not letting them move out, or they would lose all their precious SCVs. And that's currently what R2Turtle is doing. He should be careful not to lose a lot of these mutas, especially because +1 is being researched. But that base, as you can see, is already up and running. And there is no... There is no Hydroden yet, or lurk aspect, but as you can see, R2Turtle is doing a great job not allowing Exit to move out, really, much further from his natural. And I expect Exit will shortly be adding his 5th rags and go into 5 rags +1. And as I say that, I believe I'm completely wrong, and yeah, there we go. So we've got barracks coming out from Exit. Hello, Snow. I am glad that my stream is good with all the US timing as well. I was trying to hit a slot that is not too difficult for Europeans, while everyone from US can still join, and it's not clashing with PSL, so quite a lot of constraints, but I think I got a pretty sweet spot over here. And Exit knows about that corner base, and I don't think this base will stay alive for much longer, and that is a heartbreaker for R2Turtle. Let's see if R2Turtle will... Okay, he does not commit to a counter-attack, he just wants to engage the Marine Medic ball. R2Turtle did lose about 7 mutas. You're excited to see who's in the nomination list for the show matches. I did speak earlier about the voting, so if you go to the news section for these events, yeah, it seems like Exit wins. Without the 3rd base, it will be difficult for R2Turtle, but we never know. He likes a turtle. No, he just throws the towel. And that will be it. So, good timing out of Exit, and if we're being strictly honest, a bit of a greedy base from R2Turtle. So, as I was saying earlier, if you go to the news section on the CPL app and you find the voting link, you will see all the coaches that have currently confirmed to be part of the stream. And basically this is the URL. You can find the URL on the news section, and these are all the coaches that are currently in the lineup for the show matches. We'll select the top 2, the 2 with the most votes, and this will be what we're gonna cast and what we're gonna organize with the coaches later on. There will of course all be best of 5, because we managed to reach our goal for the best of 5 series, and we did make the prize pool worthwhile for all the coaches to be a best of 5. So you go here and you can select up to 3 options. So what we're casting right now is the top players from CPL. This is a special tournament. I already explained that a bit earlier, but just a quick recap. This is a special tournament where we invited only the top pupils, and they're all gonna play against each other in the first round of the tournament, which is likely gonna run for a few weeks, at least with the casts. And then the finals will be the two players with the top score will face against one another for the prize pool in a best of 5 series, and the best of 5 series will happen on all of the maps from this season, which controversially means you could possibly be a part of that next season. There is the CPL MMR thing, so if you play all your matches and win all your matches like Doodle did, you will be taking participation in this for next season. But yeah, I also want you to be part of this, because let's be honest, your streams are great. I enjoy them. So we've got the map is Eclipse, and we have Art of Turtle in the top right and Exit in the bottom left. So again, quickly, the first map is determined by both players. They're basically eliminating maps until only one of the maps is left in the map pool, and they play on that. And then the second map, what is Eclipse currently, is losers pick, so Art of Turtle did pick Eclipse for their matchup. Did you beat Doodle? I thought he was unbeaten, at least in the series, so maybe it was a 2-1? Or was that not as part of the official matches this season? See, I have that with Europe as well. I sometimes beat him in CPL, but he will usually crush me if we face against one another. Ooh, just a match on JY stream. You remind me of the next thing that I wanted to say this week. So like, we're seeing 12 hatch. No 11 gas and no 11 pool and no 10 gas this time. So it would just be a 12 hatch opener from Art of Turtle. Meanwhile, we're seeing the same thing from Exit. But your comment about Jaeyoon's stream reminded me of the next thing that I wanted to talk about, which is the top CPL coaches show match. So basically, on top of the 2 show matches that we are hosting with coaches from this season, we will also be organizing one additional show match that you can vote for, and Jaeyoon is one of the coaches who, or one of the people who did contribute to CPL quite a lot in the previous seasons. Oh my god, Exit gets a drone. So Jaeyoon is one of the people who did contribute quite a lot to the community, CPL community, and he is one of the people in the poll for the special edition of the co-match series. So you are getting 3 show match series that you can vote for, and then you will also get, in the end, probably looking realistically either at the end of next month or in September, you will get Bonnet versus Ziki in a best in 5-game show match as well. So quite a lot of matches coming this way. I will review the full pool of players that have helped the CPL community, and you are able to pick from them as well, either later tomorrow or in the following days, Monday or Tuesday, realistically. But I can spoil some of the people that are currently in the poll. I have not shared it yet because I'm still waiting on a few confirmations, but the lineup is looking pretty great. We've got Jaeyoon and Hawk as Zergs. Jaeyoon can also play Protoss. We've got Madino, and we've got Quark as well. Who else was there? Oh yeah, we've got Tim and Dragon. So the Protoss lineup is looking pretty stacked. Not a lot of Terran players, unfortunately. At least not many, I believe. Triok and Madino will be the only Terran players now representing it. But we have Hawk for the Zergs, so do we really need more? I don't know. Ziki and Bonnet, of course, are out of this pool because I've never seen Tim play. No way. Tim was a very active coach at some point, then he took a bit of a break. He's quite big in the NA community. I'm quite surprised you have not seen Tim play. And let's see the timings of these scans. Will they be perfect again if I exit? So he sees one egg morphing and the spire not complete yet, so he is feeling quite good. So Lovesnow saying this is his first season in the CPL community. Welcome Lovesnow, we are glad to have you here. As I said, you are a great streamer. Good entertainer as well, so a very nice addition to the community, for sure. I hope you're enjoying your first season of CPL. And we'll be enjoying this Showmatch series as well. But oh my god, I'm still surprised that you have not seen Tim play. He's quite the boy in the NA team. And you know what's the other thing that's great about this Showmatch series? A lot of the coaches that I contacted, not the coaches from this season, but people that have coached and have done great things for the community in the past. When I contacted them and I asked them, oh, do you want to be part of this Showmatch series that we're organizing? Almost all of them replied in a few hours, yeah, of course I'd like to participate in such an event, sounds great. We wish you all the best. Some of them were not super active, but the other great thing is a lot of them said, yeah, I will come and I will practice a lot for that event if I get to be picked. So hopefully next season we'll have even more coaches that are coming back, because a lot of them are actively thinking of becoming active again. And let's hope it's not gonna be just for the show match. Meanwhile, Art of Turtle is going Drone Man hard and has way fewer mutants this time around, and also no +1. So yeah, he's gonna be taking the other approach with the Hydra Den and then Lurker aspect, which honestly is first quite a bit safer, but also I respect his opinion to change the build, since last time it seems that his +1 attack and the mass mutant couldn't really keep Exit at home, so he's trying something new, and I respect that. And if you just take a look, Art of Turtle's micro mutant micro is insane. Look at that SCV line. Look at how few SCVs are mining. There's 23 SCVs for Exit to 31 drones from Art of Turtle. Okay, the Marine Bow is moving out, so basically Exit needs to do damage right now in order to equalize this game, because it's 3-base Zerg, not the most dangerous thing. But oh no, that marine boat is split from the main force, and there are no medics. Art of Turtle will be able to find that. The Marines are joining, but you see how many Marines fell down? That was because they split here. I don't know, but I have the feeling that you never really want your Marine boat to just split into. It might be nerves, it might be just the map. And Exit not babysitting his army, or it might actually be deliberate. You see, there is the one-time push now, and Exit is doing a very good job picking a lot of these overlords. So if we take a look at Art of Turtle's vision right now, he has no idea what Exit is doing. Meanwhile, Exit knows everything. He sees the hive. He sees the queen nest already done, and hive is making. Even though he cannot track the progress of the hive, he can probably guess. And his scans are great. Let's quickly edit score. Just say that Exit already has 1 point. We are on game number 2 now. So Exit is scanning. He sees there's barely any defense in the natural, but he scans again and critically sees all the lurkers. So he knows better to not engage that high ground. Not until that tank out. Okay. I was gonna say no until the tank count is at least 3, and I think with these 3 tanks, might actually try to do a bit of pressure. And the hive is done. We've got Greater Spire on the way, out of all the tech buildings, and Crack. So even though the mutable is not so great, we might have some Guardian play coming from Art of Turtle. Beautiful focusing on these lurkers. And the vessel already has enough energy for at least 1 irradiate. Again, Exit not letting Art of Turtle take a break, and he's killing so many overlords. That must be very annoying for Art of Turtle here. Oh, there we go. The drops are coming. There is no physics lab yet. So no BCs, but I don't think you can realistically expect to do many BCs on 2 gas. Don't quote me on this. Right, we will. Yes, there we go. Guardians are now morphing closer to natural. Let's see. Art of Turtle doesn't really have a lot for protection here. Again, Exit doesn't really know if that's 1 or 3 lurkers. And there is high ground mischance. Oh yeah, that is great. What? Oh my god, did I miss the drop? I think I missed the drop. That was great what Art of Turtle did. So basically you don't irradiate the Hydras because they just morph into eggs, and irradiate does no damage to eggs. Let's see if the Kraken Force can now save that base. I believe the answer will yes, but these Marines, if they go slightly, yeah. So the Marines will wreak havoc. here on the mineral line, so that is already quite a lot of drone losses. And if you remember, Turtle was ahead on worker count, which is not the case anymore. But at the same time, Exit is trading all of his army for, and I mean all of his army, even the vessels, for Art of Turtle's economy. And if I have to be honest, I wouldn't really say that neither of these players is ahead, but at the same time, we see that Art of Turtle did deny all the mining from the main base with his 6 Guardians, which are finally being taken care of. 1 Guardian still alive. I believe the Silent Vessel will come back and just see how they ate it. Now we have a raid. Art of Turtle doing quite a good job to catch up on drones. But let's see what's the army now. Art of Turtle doesn't really have a 4th gas, and it's 4 gas that gets really dangerous. We keep going Hydra here. I am not quite sure why the next choice here for the Hydras. I feel like Lurker Link would be stronger. I'm sure Art of Turtle knows what he's doing here, because it looks like it's working. It's working really well. Again, Exit is trading his army once again for that economy. And we've got the raid working on the mineral line. So Exit is returning the favor that Art of Turtle gave him with that Guardian play. Excuse me. That vessel though doesn't really have. Oh my god! Someone stop that raid! Come on! There's 2 Scourge here. What are they doing? That raid has already like 4 or 5 drones killed. And the other kills are Guardians, so that is probably the most cost-effective raid that you have ever seen. At least I have ever seen. Okay, the Scourge are moving, and the raid just takes the Scourge. There is no Overlord to spot, and there is no Overlord speed, so that raid is basically free to do whatever it wants, but it's finally about to run out of energy. And 2 Lurker eggs on high ground. 16 kill rate, 17 kill rate. Oh my god. At least with the 2 Lurkers, Art of Turtle will be keeping that 3rd base for an indefinite amount of time. Because a Bioball cannot. Are we going 20? 20 kills? Exit is microing his raid. And he wants that 20th kill. 20 kills, right? Meanwhile, Lurkers in the natural expansion. If there was a Defiler with these, definitely I'll give the edge to Art of Turtle. But there isn't. And there is only 1 Lurker? I thought it was more. Anyway, the Terran Force is finally taken care of. But at the same time, Exit is pushing back the Lurkers that were at his natural. And is the raid dead? I think the raid is dead. Oh no. There it is. 21 kills. And counting. That has got to be the most kill you have ever seen on a raid. If that was an Archon, it would be fucking disgusting 20 kill. It's a raid. These things are not meant to live for that long. Look, even the siege tanks don't have as many kills. Art of Turtle was doing a good job, and Exit is mining out. But meanwhile, Art of Turtle is only on 3 bases, and his economy is wrecked because of that 22 kill rate, which I think has finally gone down. I have said that many times this game, but I think this time the rate is dead. I'm sorry. we missed the death of the rate. One of the Hydras. Is it gonna Mortal Lurker? Nope. It's gonna take the full damage. And Exit knows how to break this time. He brought some tanks alongside with his Fireball, and I am afraid to say it, but if Art of Turtle loses that 3rd base, yeah, that will be it. So Exit taking a 2-0 victory. Which means he is currently the favorite in the Swiss tournament. But don't sign any of these guys out yet. And also there will be 2 players that are advancing to the finals. And Dodo and Exit seem like strong candidates, but I like Art of Turtle and I like his style, and there are some Protoses and some Terrans, so I feel like the Art of Turtle has a good chance because his PvZ is out of this world. And with that, I don't see any more questions about the app or the voting and the Showmatch series. So I think what we can do instead, because how long have I been live for? 50 minutes? Yeah. We're not even an hour in, so I'm gonna take a few more. I'm gonna do a few more things, and if there's no questions in the chat, I will just proceed with casting some more games. So that's it, that format that I was explaining, the Swiss tournament, where everyone plays everyone else. There are 6 participants, so every week there will be 3 series. And right now I'm just doing a teaser, I'm not gonna do the full week. But luckily I have the replays from another one of these series, and it's Jedi 1 versus Doodle. So it only makes sense to take a look at Doodle, who was the unintended undefeated dog this season. So yeah, let's see if Doodle can actually keep his winning record, and if we can have Doodle and Exit taking the lead in this tournament. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, there are 6 participants, which means there will be 15. No, there will be, how many pairs is that with 6 participants? 6 times 5. So 15 pairs times 2 matches. There will be 30 matches being casted only from these people. only from that event, and then the Coach Showmatch series is on top of that. Anyway, without further ado, let's introduce our two new players, which are gonna be Jedi1 and Doodle. Let me fix their score, and now we're getting into the game. Seems like our two Protoses also picked Polypoid as their first map, but to the people that have not been here from the beginning, I am explaining again. People have the chance to ban maps, so each player, the map pool is all 5 maps from this season, and each player gets 2 bans, and eventually, as they're finished with their bans, this means that only one map is remaining, and that will be their first map. And then the second map of the series, or series of matches, will be the loser's choice. So the loser can pick any other map, as long as it's not the same as the first map that they played. So currently the map is Polypoid again, and we've got our 2 Protoss players spawning in the top right hand side corner, Dodo, and spawning at the bottom right corner, it's Jedi1. So Jedi used to be one of the best Protosses in the league, but this season in particular, Dodo has gone undefeated, at least in the series-wise, in the official CPL series. So Dodo is quite good, and I did see earlier in the chat Grast was here. Grast, a Bulgarian Protoss player, leader of Psy, joined the league a bit later on. I believe he was on Let Us Attack team, and Grast, even though he was not undefeated, he was again one of the top Protosses, and he came back after a long period of inactivity. So I don't know if you are here, Grast, but next season I am really hoping that you will be in the CPL Royale for season 9, because if you can do that after a period of inactivity, I can only imagine what happens if you play actively. So yeah, a quick shout out to our player here, and we've had both Dodo and Jedi1 going for the 10-12 gates, so 2 gate openers from both players, and Jedi1 doesn't really want to be Manor Pylon, so he is putting that anti-Manor Pylon in his mineral line. Meanwhile, Dodo is... So it seems like Dodo, because he sees that his opponent is also going for 2 gate, he's gonna skip going for that 3rd Zealot, and he's gonna take into gas slightly faster. But Jedi1 is doing even like the greedier thing of going to gate and then only building 1 Zealot. So it's kind of like a double fake. You show your opponent one thing, so you show them the 2 gateways, and you're like, I want to be aggressive. And then you only build 1 Zealot, which is the least aggressive thing that you can do. I guess you could have just skipped Zealots altogether. That's really just asking for trouble. And as you can see, the effect of skipping that 1 Zealot is that Citadel is already done, but not Citadel, Cyber is already done, and Citadel is on the way. So Jedi1 managed to shoo the Dodo's Pro away from his base and is now going for Citadel. And I believe he will either decide to expand or not to expand based on what this probe sees here. And this probe sees the Cyber spinning, but little does he know that is just +1 air attack. And as you can see, Dodo cancelled the +1 air as as soon as that probe was about to leave, Jedi 1 returned and he was forced to do another upgrade, but this time he is actually doing the Goon Rage for Ryu. Although what is very concerning is that there is no forge being built yet. The robotics is on the way right now, and I don't believe robotics will be on time. Jedi 1 managed to kill the spotting probe from Doodle, so Doodle is really unaware. If he had seen that pylon being built in the natural, he would probably suspect that this is DTs, and he could have, instead of that robo, could have thrown down a forge as well and get that forge much earlier. Let's see if now he's gonna suspect something, because these goons did not have range. The DTs are almost out, and the observatory is not even started yet. That is no observatory. That might be, yeah, that is the observatory, but DTs are already on the map. Bear in mind, the observatory might be built in time, but building that observer also takes time. Jedi 1 sees that Dodo is moving out, which is basically the perfect timing for Jedi, for Dodo to be moving out. He's now not on the ramp, and let's see if he can spot that shimmer, because that shimmer is everything. Yeah, he sees that, and he is blocking the DT while an observer is being built, so some damage will be done. Probably the probe drill is not the best thing that you can get. Probably it's not the best thing that you can do that probe drill, because a lot of the probes are going down. Angzun is here. I mean, Shimmer is one of the best Protosses in CPL. You should know that already. That hold was very good. Yeah, Shimmer is right. Shimmer says in the chat that hold was quite good. But bear in mind that while the hold was good and Jedi 1 doesn't really have much tech, Jedi 1's expansion is already done and he is ahead in workers. These 3 cannons might not be enough to stop everything, but Dodo doesn't really want to risk going and being aggressive while 2 DTs just sneak by, kill all the reinforcements and destroy his mineral line. And Dodo is doing a great job here because he knows he is behind economically, and he knows that Jedi 1 will be playing defensive for the next few minutes, which means that he can safely take that 3rd base and catch up on the economy in that way. But Jedi 1 was only 2 workers ahead just a minute ago, but he had to cut so much to be able to afford the 2nd and the 3rd Nexus while keeping some gateway count and making sure that all his production is on top. And that results in 6 probe difference right now. So he will really need that 3rd Nexus to be working overtime to be able to catch up on the drone amount, the probe amount that he is behind with. But that is a very healthy saturation. That's 12 in the main base mining minerals, 12 on the natural mining minerals, and 8 in the 3rd base. And that's exactly what we want, because there's only 6 mineral fields over here. So Dodo's probe saturation is excellent, and he is catching up with that economy as fast as he can. Let's check their supplies at the 12-minute mark, because right now Dodo is 10 units behind, 10 supply behind, but I assume right around at the 12-minute mark he might even be ahead, or they will be slightly just about equal. Meanwhile, Jedi1 he was being very cautious of any drop potential, but I don't like that SimCity. Like, if any shuttles had come, that would mean disaster, because goons are not the smartest things in the universe. Here comes the DT. Okay, he notices the DT immediately, but he is transferring all of his probes to the main base, and there is a High Templar in the shuttle. High Templar is just waiting for that saturation. He has the energy for it now. Oh my god. Okay, you remember that thing I said about the 12-minute mark? I take it back. Dodo lost... How many workers was that? I think it was either 10 or 12 workers in that engagement. So... pretty dicey situation. He's now adding cannons, safety cannons, but could be a bit too late. He should pull some of these probes, send them back into the main base. Meanwhile, at least his constellation is seeing that Jedi1 does not have a third base anywhere on the map. And yeah, Jedi1's SimCity is just hurting him right now. Look at that, is too very difficult to macro from all these gates efficiently. Dodo now seeing that Jedi1 is posturing to take his third finally. I don't believe he will try to do anything about it, because he just lost so much economy, and he's spending all of his money on trying to catch up. That Reaver in the speed shuttle might do big damage though. Nope, Jedi1 was really well prepared for that Reaver. I think if the Reaver goes into the main base, shuttle drops the Reaver over here, he can take down that cannon safely. Probably not do any damage to the probes because they will be pulled by that time. Jedi1 just being very annoying and not allowing Dodo to take his port base. He is committing a lot of his forces to make sure that fort base doesn't get up as well. And he will stay here with most of his army, such that if Dodo's overcommits to defending this base, Jedi1 will be attacking this base immediately. And it seems like he doesn't really need to attack the base because so much damage has been done. But again, these two, considering everything, are quite evenly matched. I don't see any one of them taking a massive edge. Like, these drops have been huge by Jedi1, but he just doesn't have the army to press on the advantage. And now Dodo is attacking on high ground against a lot of high tempers and Archons. And yeah, okay, so Doodle our undefeated champion pupil in the league is in trouble, definitely. J1 has a massive army advantage, and Dodo currently doesn't have any storm. All his AoE are these two Archons and the Reavers, and yeah, J1's army is just too big. And Dodo throws it out, says GG. Ouch, indeed. So we are witnessing quite a rare event here. Dodo going down. Let me fix the score. J1 has 1 win. And let's see. Let's see what game number 2 looks like. But yeah, J1, as I was saying earlier, he used to be one of the best Protoses in the league. But Dodo was undefeated this season. And J1 just showing why he used to be, and he still is, one of the top Protoses. He takes DoodleDoodle in a PvP match, and Doodle's PvP is quite strong. I feel like I need data here to support his clanmate from latest attack. So DoodleDoodle spawning in the top right corner, and J1 spawning in the bottom left corner. The map is Eclipse. This map for PvP, so that was Doodle's choice. But this map for PvP is quite tricky. I don't know why Doodle chose it. Because let's reveal the map. Your opponent can, let's say Doodle wants to be aggressive, he can build gateways here, he can build gateways here, he can build gateways here, he can build gateways, he can build a pylon right here and build a gateway over here, or he can just build gateways straight into J1's main base. And dealing with proxy gates on this map is quite often the scenario, and that's why you see J1 not wanting to lose anything to proxy gates, so he is scouting for these in-base gates. Meanwhile, Doodle feeling very secure that J1 is not gonna chase him. If he was, that gateway will be halfway done. Seems like he still decided to check before building his gas, which is a very, very wise decision. But so far we have, I was gonna say both of our players playing standard. J1 is not taking gas and he is building a second pylon. Which signals that either J1 will want to be aggressive. Yeah, that is an anti-mana pylon, but it is still too early. You don't want your anti-mana pylon that early, because you are cutting on a lot of your gas income. But this basically means that J1 is not going to be looking to mine gas soon, as you can see. So we'll be building either a lot of zealots and attacking with them, or he will be posturing to take a quick expand. Oh No, he's not gonna be taking expand. Instead, he's just gonna build the Peru gates. Was it Peru gates or was it horror gates? Or is that the same? Because I know one of them was when the gateways are right in your face, but the other one was when the gateways are actually monitoring your mining as well. Yeah, Jedi 1. I mean, in all honesty, DoodleDoodle should have suspected this by seeing that there was no gas. That was the tell. Let's see how Doodle handles it. It's like he really wanted to either sneak a base or at least escape that probe. Yeah, that probe block was sick. Okay, so Doodle has a goon already. The goon will definitely help, but also goons are so down. Doodle has some beautiful control though, with his workers not taking minimal damage. Is that probe gonna get a kill? Seems like the answer is no. And took two zealots, but feels like... Okay, Jedi 1 will try and transition into an expansion. Two goons might be enough to hold that. One of them was heavily wounded, and one of the zealots already going down. You can just focus, focus on all of these probes, and you can see Doodle is already at a 5 worker disadvantage. Both of these dragoons are heavily wounded right now. Both of them can fall to this one zealot, but no, he manages to save that, and oh my god, that goon was basically two-shottable, but instead Jedi 1 will focus his attention elsewhere and will not get that. At least Jedi 1 can right now see that Doodle is not mining gas, so he can... So he can be quite safe, expecting that there will not be any DTs. But still, he needs the cannons because he needs some defense, and I think this probe is up to no good. Watch this probe throw on Nexus right now. No? So Jedi 1 is... I thought he was gonna throw down a Nexus of his own, but he's basically just sending his zealots everywhere on the map, making sure that Doodle didn't expand behind this. Because he knows he killed a lot of... Is that probe blocked? No, heartbreaking. He knows he killed a lot of probes. And he knows he's currently at an advantage, that's why he's building 3 cannons. And just making sure that there's no Nexi anywhere else on the map. Because if that's the case, then he is at an advantageous position. Doodle did handle this quite well, I gotta say. And even though he was 5 workers behind, it's not like Jedi 1 pressed his excuse me, advantage too much. And so Jedi 1 does not really have any huge eco lead. It does have the production. It does have 3 gateways against only a single gateway for Doodle. But Doodle has a tech advantage and basically these reavers. There is nothing to shoot. Shoot back at these, well, the reavers mainly that are gonna hammer down these cannons. But also the river is currently loaded with a dragoon. I don't think that will be for harass in the main base, or at least I hope it's not gonna be for harass in the main base. Jedi White again confirming that Dodo wants to take a third nexus, second nexus, and will be just. Oh no, you don't want to do that. Do not lose the shuttle and the river. That river was. That river was kind of the lifeline of Dodo, but he was. He was definitely not in a losing position this game. What can you say? Sometimes players are misjudging a bit, maybe getting a bit emotional. And that is a bit premature, yeah. Manadok in the chat. I can say it's quite frustration, GG. That is another thing that we have in the chat, but yeah, it was a bit too early. But you know what? When the game goes like this game went, with that super early aggression, it's kind of hard for Dodo to judge how his opponent is doing, and he just saw these cannons. So he was probably thinking that there's a natural expansion already up and running for Jedi 1. And he felt that he needs to do some damage. So he was probably thinking that he's way behind, when in reality we as observers know that they were pretty equal, economy-wise. But yeah, that's it. Dodo lost 2 games. Wow, that was one of our favorites. The pupil with the undefeated record. And that will bring a close to the games that we had for today. But let's recap. CPL8 Royale, which is the tournament with the top few pupils, is starting. So make sure you keep an eye on that, because I will be updating, well, I'll be posting updates on what happens, and as I said earlier, I will try to make that a regular stream schedule. Possibly Sundays this time around. Same time on Sundays. The time might change a bit. I will let you know all on the Discord server. And then the other thing that was kind of important is we already have opened the votes for the show matches. You can find that link if you go to the news, go to that news post and click the vote link. And then as soon as you do that, you will be able to see the votes for the current matches. These are all coaches from this season that have agreed to participate in the Coach Showmatch series. And you can select your top 3 players or top 3 show matches that you want to see. You can also filter. Let's say we want to see all the games where Shiba is playing, so we just click on Shiba, and then we can see all the series or the possible series combinations where Shiba Terran could be playing, and seems like people really want to see Shiba Terran versus Amy Sheep, which is gonna be an exciting game. It's gonna be a TVZ if it happens, but right now the top match is Wolfix versus Jumper. And again, I will host that for all of next week, and until the middle of the week after, and after that we'll have round 2 of this voting only with the top 10 matches. or the top 10 picks that people wanted to see, so we have a more limited pool and people can hopefully concentrate on only on 1 or 2 matches. And the 2 matches that get the most amount of votes, we will speak to these coaches and we'll organize show matches, best of 5 for you, so you can enjoy. And yeah, as you can see, we have some pretty sick lineup here. Shiva is a great turn machine. Zerg player from NAS. I don't think Machine needs any introduction. He's one of the OGs in the Brood War community. Master 8, very helpful. Recently became a father. He has been around, I think, for almost all the seasons in CPL, and his team, or the team that he was coaching, won nearly every CPL since he has been here. So Master 8 also quite a big name in the community. Amy Sheep, that is a clanmate of mine. He is, when he's active, he's a monster. So Sheep is very dangerous, and super nice guy, very educational, great coach. I have had him helping me a lot with my matchup versus Zerg. He's great. We've got Brochet, which is one of the big names, one of the big upcoming names in IRK. And speaking of big upcoming names in IRK, we also have Masuchi, who I believe with his brother have been playing Brood War for what, 2-3 years now, and Masuchi I think got S rank right before this season, and he really started down from nothing, so yeah, a very quick learner. I wish I could do that. Of course, we've got the Polish powerhouse Wufix, who I believe also recently became a father for a second time. And then we've got the Jumper. Everybody knows him, the DT King, an Ogzerk. Many people have many opinions on Ogzerk, but everyone can agree on one thing: Ogzerk is great, and he is, I think I had him as a coach last season, and I know the teams. He was a coach in Let Us Attack this season, I think. But he has been super helpful. He was engaging with the community all the time. And then we've got Raz, who was super active in the earlier CPO iterations, and I'm really glad to see him back. Really glad to see Raz popping up again, being a coach for this season, and also congratulations to Raz, who recently became active again, as you can see, and he's already been part of the BSL, which is probably the most elite foreigner league right now. And then, again, speaking of people who recently became active, we've got Kryok, the German Terran, and one of the very few European Terrans, possibly. There's about 3 or 4 so high-skilled Terrans that are foreign and are happy to be involved with CPL. And for that, we are super thankful to Kryok. All of them are, you can agree, that this season has been great, and all these coaches have made the community basically what it is today. So let's thank them, and yeah, go on and vote which one you want to see the most. Who is your favorite coach? Who do you want them to face against? Right now we've got Wufix versus Jumper and Ogzerk versus Kryok. So even though we don't really have many Terrans, Terrans are currently in the league. So everyone should get on their voting sticks and make sure that the Terrans are either super ahead, or there is some competition as well. But you know what a great other famous NA Terran says: when ahead, get more ahead. Anyway, that has been all the games for today. Thank you for joining me. It was a quick stream. but it was some good games. We had Exit and Art of Turtle. And also we witnessed the unthinkable. Doodle lost 2-0 in his series. Wow. I don't know. I mean, I am hosting the event, but I am explicitly trying to tell the players to not spoil the results beforehand, so I don't really know who's winning and who's losing. And I can say that was a big surprise to me as well. Anyway, the plan right now is go vote. Basically, if you have any questions, again, ping me on Discord. But as soon as the CPL finals are casted for CPL8, I will announce how often I'm gonna do my streams, and we'll try to organize a co-caster. So thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you after the finals, and we can keep the ball rolling until CPL9. That's the idea, or at least the very high level scenario of what I want to see. Anyway, thanks all, and I'll see you probably next week. If not, I'll announce it. But basically, after the finals, we're on.